Hi, everybody. Welcome to English for You. I'm Pat.
And I'm Erin.
So, Erin, we're talking about sounds today. What are some sounds that you just love listening to? Some really pleasant sounds. I'm not talking about music. I'm talking about kind of just sounds.
Just the noises you hear.
Yeah.
Well, I think my favorite sound to listen to, and probably everybody else's, is the sound of rain on a roof when you know you don't have to go outside.
Okay, that wasn't mine,
No,
but
okay.
It's all right. The waves breaking on the beach.
Okay.
Yeah, all
That's
the time.
A nice calming sound.
Yeah,
So
definitely that.
what about sounds that you hate?
Taiwan garbage trucks.
Oh, which you hear quite often.
I hate those, yeah, especially when I used to live in Banqiao, near one of the places where the trucks came in and out of. So I had 40 minutes of 3 or 4 trucks playing at the same time 3 times a day.
Yeah.
It's like 2 hours of constant garbage music.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like much fun, does it?
No, I felt like jumping out of the window of my 10th story apartment. Okay, well, that's some of the sounds around us. We're going to be talking a bit more about that and an artist that is using these sounds to make art. Let's read through the article, find out who he is and what he's up to.
Okay.
Reading. Recording Taiwan, one city street at a time. How often do you stop and listen to the sounds around you? It's a question that artist Wu Tan-jen asked himself in 2011. He created the online project SoundMap Taiwan. The website features street recordings from around the country that capture the sounds of everyday life. Wu was studying art in Tainan in 2006. He told English for You in an That year, he showed his art piece, Nightingale, at the National Taiwan Museum of Fine Arts. In it, earphones hung from a ceiling and played recordings he made of birds chirping. Wu wondered how deeply we these types of daily sounds. This led him to create SoundMap. Wu said he hopes this project can cast some light on the places where we live. What's more, Wu hopes SoundMap can create a hearing culture that people can, when designing sounds, such as in an MRT system. Perhaps Wu's recordings can show us all the little daily sounds we might be missing out on.
So our article starts off by asking the question, how often do you stop and listen to the sounds around you?
Not very often.
Not particularly, yeah, because if I'm going out somewhere, I mean, for a start, I probably don't stop. And if I am stopping, I'm either with somebody talking or listening to my music or something like that.
Yeah.
So I won't be listening to the natural world.
Right. That is also what our artist today asked. He said, it's a question that artist Wu Tan-jen asked himself in 2011.
Okay, and so he thought about that, and as a result, he created the online project SoundMap Taiwan. Okay,
right.
so he thought about it and goes, all right, I'm gonna do something about this. I'm not just gonna idly consider the question. I'm gonna do something. And that something was an online project.
Okay.
So the word project, which can also be pronounced project, spelled Project, project. This is a piece of work that's carefully planned and thought out to achieve a particular aim.
Okay.
So an example could be a piece of work at school or something you're working on in the office. Okay. It could also be something at home.
Right.
For example, my latest project is making a book containing photos from the first year of my son's life. Okay, which my mum did. She took photos, and at the end of each year on our birthday, she put them all in a book with some comments and writing down to show our lives during during that year.
Yeah, that's nice.
Which I guess people still do, but they would put it online these days.
My friends do that online, so every day I get an email and I get to see pictures of my friends'
My brother
babies.
uses a website. I forget what it's called, but it's just a place so he's not bothering everybody on Facebook all the time. He just puts the best stuff on Facebook.
Right.
Everything else goes on the website.
Yeah. And that's a good idea. All right, well, let's find a little bit more about his sound map project. The article says the website features street recordings from around the country that capture the sounds of everyday life. Now, let's look at this noun website, spelled W-E-B-S-I-T-E, website. Now, this is a place online or on the internet that people can visit where they find information about a particular subject. All right, so for example, we could say, for more details about next month's events, please visit our website. Please go to this page that we have.
We also saw the verb capture, C-A-P-T-U-R-E, capture. Now, normally we think of this as in the good guys or the police captured the bad guys.
Right.
But in this article, capture means to record accurately in words or pictures, and in this case, sounds.
Oh.
We can also use capture to mean to allow data to be stored on a computer. So in our article, it kind of means both. It captures these sounds of everyday life by recording them, and then it stores them on a computer.
Okay.
Here's another example. The photographer managed to capture all the joy and happiness that was felt at the wedding.
Oh, I bet you can see that in the photos he took. All right, well, let's continue on. It says, Wu was studying art in Tainan in 2006. He told English for You in an interview.
Well, we spoke to him, did we? There you go, straight from the horse's mouth.
Right.
Okay, and we learned that year he showed his art piece Nightingale at the National Taiwan Museum of Fine Arts.
So a nightingale, that's a bird?
A nightingale is a bird. It's known for having probably the most beautiful bird song of most kind of common birds. It's kind of, we say someone sings like a nightingale if they're very
and that's
good.
a very nice thing.
Yeah, we also saw the word piece, okay, P-I-E-C-E. Here, a piece is something, it's either a written, musical, or artistic creation, just one thing. And this could apply to any art. So it's a single creation. It could be a picture, a portrait, a song, a piece of writing, okay, one story. Our example sentence says, once the artist finishes a piece, he takes a break before moving on to the next one.
All right, well, let's learn a little bit more about this piece that he's made. It says, in it, hundreds of earphones hung from a ceiling and played recordings he made of birds chirping. So this piece is not actually like a painting or anything like that. It's actually just many earphones hanging down in a room, and you listen to something, or in this case, birds chirping. Now, the word earphone is a noun, spelled E-A-R-P-H-O-N-E, earphone, and it's a piece of electronic equipment that plugs into a machine. You then wear the earphones over or in your ears so that you are the only person that can hear the sounds the machine is making. Now, we can also call earphones headphones.
That's right.
And another example we could say is Morris wears earphones to listen to music on the MRT so that he doesn't bother the other passengers.
I'm also going to say that these days, headphones don't even need to plug into machines.
They can
as
be
my
Bluetooth.
own headphones prove. I have Bluetooth headphones. I don't need to plug them in, and it stops me breaking the wires all the time. So that's why I have them. Now here, we can use these earphones to listen to birds chirping.
Right.
Chirp, C-H-I-R-P, is a verb, and it's the short, high-pitched sound made by a bird or some kinds of insect. That kind of like eep, eep, eep sound.
Yep.
So Ted walked out onto the street and was greeted by the sound of birds chirping at each other.
Now, we also have many words like that in English, like bang,
smash, crash. These are all words that actually, or splash, they describe the sound of something like dogs bark. And bark kind of sounds like bark, bark.
Yeah,
so... Okay, cats meow. We use the word meow because it sounds like meow. There is a special word for these type of words called onomatopoeia. Don't worry about that. But there are long. All we can say is there are a lot of words that actually describe sounds by kind of spelling Making it how the sound is made, and chirp is one.
All right. Well, our article goes on to say, wondered how deeply we consider these types of daily sounds.
Not deeply?
Not deeply, no. I don't usually think about them.
Not a lot. Not deeply, anyway.
No. Well, the adjective daily, spelled D-A-I-L-Y, daily, describes something that happens or is done every day. So, like, I drink my daily coffee when I get to work in the morning. We could also say, my father prefers to read the daily newspaper, even though he can get all the news online. He likes to get that newspaper every day in the morning and read it.
So types of daily sounds would mean the sounds you would hear every day.
Like
even
the garbage truck.
Like the garbage truck, yes. So, but you may not even realize you're hearing them because they happen so often, you kind of get used to it.
Right.
All right, well, the article says this led him to create sound map. Okay, to lead someone to do something is to cause or to result in a person doing something. For example, watching the movie led me to read the book it was based on.
Okay.
I watched the movie, I thought that was cool, I realized it was a book first, so I thought, all right, because of that, I'm going to read the book. Yeah. So it led me to go and check it out.
Now, it can do the opposite. The reading the book can lead you to want to see the movie.
Make me very excited. Like, oh, that book was cool. I want to see what it looks like on the big screen.
Now, if we continue on, the article says, Wu said he hopes this project can cast some light on the places where we live. Now, we see this phrase here, cast some light on, or cast light on. This is today's shortcut for you, so we're going to take a short break to find out a little bit more about this phrase.
Shortcut for you.
Did you see this news story?
Oh, the one about ancient Egypt?
Yes. Explorers found a new hidden building with writings about King Tut in it.
Why is that such a big deal?
Well, it's really cast light on how he died.
Cast light on? Is the place they found dark?
To cast light on something means to provide an explanation that makes something easier to understand.
I see. Cast light on something is 使人们更了解什么东西.
You got it. What they found has cast light on the mystery of King Tut.
Oh, I just love it when they cast light on mysterious things.
Me too. If only scientists could cast light on other serious issues, like, why is it that I'm so handsome?
Haha.
All right, so that we learned that the phrase cast light on something means to provide new information about something, making it easier to understand. For example, we could say new research has cast light on the way mushrooms help themselves and other plants grow.
Yeah, you want to know more about that? Listen to this month's Fun Facts article. Okay, the article continues, this one, and says, what's more, Wu hopes sound map can create a hearing culture that people can make use of when designing sounds, such as in an MRT system.
Okay.
So this is the idea that we listen to these things, we learn what we like, we learn maybe what we don't like, and kind of get used to hearing daily sounds and kind of use that as inspiration when we want to design things. Okay, here we've got the verb design, D-E-S-I-G-N. The G is silent, it's design. And to design something means to decide upon the look, the sound, the feel, or the other characteristics of something before that thing is built or made. Okay. For example, the architect designs the houses before handing the plans over to an engineer, and they do the actual work of building it. Okay? So you would design a product. You think, what's it going to look like? What's our new phone going to be like? So
what's it going to have on
Yeah,
it?
you kind of make all these ideas and try and draw things and use computers to make models before you actually make the final phone.
Right, that makes sense. A lot of artists do this as well. Before they paint, they design the sketch on their canvas and then they paint it in. And we also saw the noun system, spelled S-Y-S-T-E-M, system. A system is a set of connected parts that work together for a particular purpose. Like an MRT system in our sentence here. All the MRTs connect together. It all works together really well. We could also say our security system has cameras and an alarm that rings if someone tries to break into our house.
Good system. Okay, our article finishes up by saying perhaps Wu's recordings can show us all the little daily sounds we might be missing out on. Well, maybe not show literally, but certainly make us aware of all these sounds, okay? And these sounds, we might just completely ignore them if we weren't aware of them.
Right.
We might miss out on them. Okay, if you miss out on something, you don't experience that thing for one reason or another. Okay, for example, you can't attend an event, so you miss out on it. You don't hear the sound, so you miss out on enjoying it.
Right.
Okay, you maybe don't have cable, so you miss out on a particular TV show. For example, I missed out on Greg's birthday party because I was on vacation with my family. On the other hand,
you're on vacation.
You don't want to miss out on the vacation. So, it cuts both ways. All right, that is the end of our article. Okay, it's time for us to move right now to today's For You chat question.
Okay.
For You chat.
So our question starts with an instruction. It says, listen.
Oh, okay.
Listen. What everyday sounds, daily sounds, can you hear right now?
Well, mostly right now I can hear the sound of your voice.
Yes, we are in a soundproof recording booth. The most we can hear is some air coming in from the little grate on the wall. That's about it.
That's
Every
not
other
very
sound
much.
is blocked out. So for us right now, no, there are no sounds. But if I was in another place, say at home or in the office upstairs, I might hear the air conditioning, the humming of the air conditioning.
One thing I've been noticing about in my house, because it's very small, is the sound of the fridge.
Yeah, mine makes a noise.
Every 30 minutes, it kind of clicks on and it goes... And sometimes if I'm trying to fall asleep, it wakes me up again.
Okay.
And sometimes if I'm trying to fall asleep, it'll turn off. It happens about every 30 minutes. It'll go... And then...
I guess we might have at home the sound of our dehumidifier if we've been using it after the shower.
Yes.
And probably you can pretty much always hear the sound of traffic outside. We're not too far from a main road, so there's always that sort of background, particularly if a very big or fast car comes roaring past.
A big fast motorcycle.
Yeah, otherwise, there's often the sound of there's a pipe, there's a tube that's above our balcony.
Okay.
And if it's windy, that thing will move around a bit and
forth.
just make this kind of slight rattling sound, which I notice if I pay attention to it, but otherwise I don't notice it at all.
So maybe that's something that's okay to miss out on.
Yeah, okay. What sounds can you guys hear where you are right now? Apart from us, what sounds can you hear? Have a listen, have a think, maybe think what's good, what's bad. But that's all for us today. Thank you very much for listening. For English For You, I'm Pat.
And I'm Erin.
Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Recording Taiwan. One city street at a time. How often do you stop and listen to the sounds around you? It's a question that artist Wu Tan-jen asked himself in 2011. As a result, he created the online project Sound Map Taiwan. The website features street recordings from around the country that capture the sounds of everyday life. Wu was studying art in Tainan in 2006. He told English for You in an interview. That year, he showed his art piece, Nightingale, at the National Taiwan Museum of Fine Arts. In it, hundreds of earphones hung from a ceiling and played recordings he made of birds chirping. Wu wondered how deeply we consider these types of daily sounds. This led him to create SoundMap. Wu said he hopes this project can cast some light on the places where we live. What's more, Wu hopes SoundMap can create a hearing culture that people can make use of when designing sounds, such as in an MRT system. Perhaps Wu's recordings can show us all the little daily sounds we might be missing out on.
Vocabulary Review.
Project. The students are working on a project to clean up the city's rivers. Capture. I used my camera to capture images of the people in the colorful parade. Daily. The writer likes to watch people's daily lives to see what they do. Design. I have designed a new kind of airplane that is the fastest in the world. System. The train system here is very clean and cheap to ride on.